All right, welcome back, familia. All right, so today we are trying rather. We've eaten at Raising Cane's, I think maybe twice in our life. Twice? Yeah, about twice. I've always wanted to try their chicken sandwich. So this is my first time trying their chicken sandwich, but also what I want to talk about in this video is one, we're going to be hitting the road in a few days, but two, I want to talk about the craziness that is real estate right now, especially I have some friends living in Austin, and they're just telling me that the Austin real estate scene is just a dumpster fire. And I'm going to explain kind of what has been told to me by some of my mortgage friends, some of my real estate friends, what I've read online, and kind of what the problem of all that is, and kind of how, we would like to do things and how they kind of differ. But first, let's shut the hell up. Let's get some comida. And by the way, this video was supposed to be the new Cajun bacon chicken deluxe sandwich from Ronald. But when I tell you guys are gonna be proud of me, especially if you hear from the other channel, how I usually just take the hits. When I tell you this was the oldest piece of chicken in the world, and it was like 3/4 of a piece of bacon that it looks like they just like cut to make it look like more pieces of bacon, which should be illegal. You should get a full strip, baby. It should be a full strip. So if you get 2 strips, you get 2 strips. Don't get a full strip cut into and say, technically it's 2 strips. Don't do that to us. We're all here navigating this capitalistic hellscape that we're all navigating through, right? All right, so let me roll these windows up. Let me turn off the heat here a little bit. So, you guys will be proud of me. I went back, I said, refund time. I can't do this. I can't do this. And it's funny, I was never offended. When one of my first jobs was fast food. And when we would mess up, we would be so apologetic. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We're going through a rush. Let me remake that for you and give you a refund. That's how we used to do it back in the day. Get a refund and we're gonna remake it for you. Don't worry about it. And especially if we recognized you. And especially if you order through the app, and I'm sure that they can see all the app activity. And we see that you're a frequent person. Yeah, we're gonna do whatever it takes. All right, fam, here it is. Raising Cane's. They didn't get me my, they're just messing up all over the place. I don't want to stand in line. There's a huge line over there. Ah. All right, I'm just gonna have to go inside. And we're back, baby. Oof. Maybe if I didn't pay for it, maybe I wouldn't have went back, but man, can't forget that. All right, let's reopen this together, shall we? It says winner, winner, chicken dinner. I like that. Oh, snap. It looks good. It looks like they basically put like their 3 tenders in there. You get a little side of papa fritas. Let me do one of these. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, baby, let's take it. Let's take the diaper off. We don't need that, right, Brisket? We don't need it. Brisket's definitely gonna want a little piece here. Give me a little piece of. Well, let me take a bite real quick, okay, bud? Hold on. People are like, why don't you get the tray out? The tray doesn't fit my steering wheel, which sucks. All right, here we go. First time trying. Oh yeah. Well, the nuggets come out. Oh, tendies, they're not nuggets. It looks like you can easily, this bread is easily breakable. Yeah, break-upable. That's why I wasn't a, that's why I was a computer science major in college. And not an English major, baby. People love this sauce. It is a good sauce. But you can easily make the sauce at home, guys. It feels like it's just ketchup, mayo, pepper. And I think Walmart sells like a huge bottle of it. It's gonna say chicken finger sauce. $2. Bear with me for a second. By the way, getting this on a Sunday when you're craving chicken sandwich. He's like, that ain't chicken. I'm only here for the chicken, Dad. Okay. Let's roll these windows up. I want to talk about real estate. Now, back during, even pre-COVID, I think around the time, a lot of like, even like the I almost said Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan's started moving out to Austin, and then Austin kind of just boomed almost like Nashville did. The last time I was in Nashville, I don't know, I guess it'd be the time before that. I forget, it was like in the teens. No, maybe it was a few years before, 2018, 2019. Went down to Nashville, and I was talking to my Uber driver, and he was telling me that Nashville, 1,000 people were moving there a week. On average, 1,000 people were moving there every single week. And I thought that was a crazy figure. I don't know how a town can even think about that type of like infrastructure and everything else. So God bless them. So for myself in Austin, I was just in Austin, as you guys know from the vlogs on the other channel, from I think around this time last year. No, it was in September. Austin was going through a boom. Now here's the issue, and I don't know how we can do this on a federal level. Obviously, you know, states should have more say so, but companies, I feel like companies shouldn't be allowed to, now companies, development companies, property companies should be allowed to build single family housing, commercial, whatever. But the issue is you're having these funds come in, and they're buying up all the single family homes that are on the market for sale, where people like you and I have been told our whole lives, hey, save up for a down payment, boom. Only one person needs to work in a family. By the way, there was a new study that just came out in the state of Massachusetts. You would think it was New York somewhere. In the state of Massachusetts, in order for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, to live comfortably, that's a subjective term, but you know what we mean by that, that family needs to make over $18,000. I repeat, almost $320,000, close to $1,000 a day you must make for a family of 4. It's almost like we're I'm waiting for someone to come down and go, psych. We just want to see how you guys can handle the pressure. It's wild. Anyways, back to Austin. So all these companies were buying these up. Airbnb them out. And this is where, like, you know, I like the concept of Airbnb. But when you're systematically on a large scale just depleting that so that people can't buy homes, and what does that do? That drives up rent. Now, what's happening now? People have less money. People can't buy houses, right? Hold on. Stick with me. Rents go up, people have less money, people can't go out to eat, everything suffers. So now these companies can't afford to have, because they're also, cities and towns are starting to pass or regulating a little bit more, rather, Airbnb ordinances, right? Which I think is good. I think it's good. I'm not a big over-regulation guy, but there needs to be some regulation in everything. Just has to be. Going unchecked is what's happening right now in Austin, Texas, which is wild. So you have all these finance bros and all these companies that they can't afford to pay the mortgages on these things. So what they're doing now is that they're trying to list them all for sale. But the problem is that because of the rate that they have on the mortgage, they're trying to just absolutely sell them at a price point that no one even can afford, let alone those neighborhoods. Now, what I saw when I was down in Austin was you would go through these really just quaint little neighborhoods with just humble homes, and then you'd see this really weird modern square mini mansion, and you're like, that doesn't belong there. But what was happening was, some of these folks were going in, offering a ton of money to the buyer, or going in and buying foreclosed homes. And imagine being a neighbor. You have a nice little house, and then your neighbor buys this McMansion, or tears down your neighbor's house, builds this McMansion. Now, some of my finance friends would be like, well, what do you mean, man? Property value should go up. That is only good if it's a slow, gradual one, and only if the person is ready to sell. Because what's going to happen is going to triple your property taxes. And the way cities and towns right now have no money, and how property taxes keep going up, it's wild. I don't know. It's the Wild West out here, fam. I guess is my whole point. I should have got two of these, actually. So let me know if you guys are kind of going through that in your area. Here in Rhode Island, I don't know. I feel so bad for my friends who have kids. I don't know how they're doing it. On a small scale, Brisket, his food, everything is going up, and I get it. It's different than having a human child, but I'm noticing all his stuff just going through the roof. His food, his treats, his vet bills. The vet bills now include a $16 vet tech fee. What do you mean? Shouldn't that like be included in the pricing? I think folks would just include it in the price and make us feel better about it. You know? I don't know. So what does all this mean? Is, you know, there's a big push right now online for like either families or groups of friends to relax, for groups of friends to buy a piece of land together, build out your own home sites. Brisket, you always act up for the cameras. Everyone build their own little homestead and then have some like shared utilities, and then, you know, basically split kind of you know, the property taxes, and help each other run raise each other's kids, and maybe do some homeschooling or shared carpool. You know, it goes back to the whole it takes a village thing. I don't know. Here we go. So Airbnb, a lot of people don't know this. Airbnb started in Providence, Rhode Island. That is a Rhode Island founded company. Now, with that being said, when they first started, this Louisiana hot sauce, I haven't had it in a minute. That tastes really good. When Airbnb first started, it was a, hey, do you have a second bedroom that you want to rent out? Last piece, bub. Okay, you want to rent out? $50. Beep it a boop. And somehow it just turned into this thing that it is now, which is fine. Because obviously, you know, we plan on using that. Oh, you want to be held. That's why. Okay. You got to do the twisty. Whoop. There we go. Because we want to use the platform ourselves. We want to build some tiny homes, maybe a yurt, maybe some like prospector canvas tents that you would typically see at like Coachella or Joshua Tree, you know, those that like the Gold Rush folks, right? The prospectors on little pieces of area on the land. That's harmless. You're actually adding to it. You're not taking away housing. You're not just buying houses. You're not just buying 20 houses to rent them out. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were in Tampa, we stayed at an Airbnb that you could tell was just purchased just to be an Airbnb. They split the house in half. It was really shoddy craftsman work on the home. You can just tell that it was just there was no soul to it, you know. One of my favorite experiences in Airbnb was we were next like Havasu Falls, and the woman who owned it also lived there, but she had this huge, beautiful home. It was like a 6-bedroom home. She lived in one, and she rented out, I think, 4 or 5 of them. And she always had people coming and going because she was right next to a national park, and she was killing it. She was doing a fantastic job. Like I remember that, and that's the way I would love to run the Airbnbs. But she wasn't going out and buying homes in the area to rent them out, you know? I don't know. What's what's happening right now is not working. I don't have the answers. I don't know if anybody does, but it's like one of those things, right? It's like we can feel what's right or wrong. And I feel for everyone in Austin right now. You know, I feel for, hey baby, is there sauce on there? What are we doing? We'll be near a Buc-ee's really soon too. Yeah, huh? I'm gonna get you some Buc-ee treats. I wish Buc-ee's would make, and they probably do. I wish that they would expand their dog section. But anyways, this video is getting way too long. I just wanted to chat about that with you guys. Raising Cane's, I like that. It's just a lot of bread for me. But what, baby? We have to go here, and we have to go run on this piece of grass over here, guys. So we're gonna get going. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, chime in on the chime in the thing, man. Let me know. Let's talk Airbnb. You know, let's talk Verbo. They're not the only person. I just remember reading that recently, and that's kind of, if you're new to this channel, that's kind of what we talk about. We talk about what's going on, or something that's in my head, something a friend is going through. This is more than just a food kind of review channel. Let's just eat and chat. All right, I can hear you. All right, guys, we got to go because he's gonna lose it. All right, guys, can you say bye? No? All right, I think he wants more chicken. All right, till next time, guys. Ciao.